All right. This is Gary Ford for November 11th, 2022. First of all, happy Veterans Day to those who served. Appreciate that. And let's talk about structure of market after the result in a really a nice video. So we first when we get a target over the last several weeks of 41.75 to 4,200, and it was predicated on the basic move of the retest and how the market acts overall. If the market's in a down move for a little while in the month of October, we have a market that reacts up here, and it's a reactionary low. We know that the market is somehow, some way, is going to retest. So we want to mark this low because it does move away from there. The market then goes up, a little short covering. We don't really have demand here. The market does retest. When you see right here, these low end closes, okay, indicates the market's not getting buying. So the market has to go lower to trigger the buying aspect of the market. It does this in the bag holding position slightly, or it does it in the spring position. Consider there's no volume here. It has to go lower to hit an artery. Knock out the sell stops under here. Everyone that bought here, knock those out, as well as go lower to find where demand could come in. We then have a market that goes up, and then we have bars. It's a fair, almost the same volume, but the range about half. So they're maintaining the structure of the low by not taking out the low. Not a bearish sign necessarily, but we're still early in the spacing process of the cause building. We rally up. Again, we have three low-end closes, indicating that demand's not really there. We have to go lower to find where the buying comes in. It happens to be on the spring position. Increasing volume, taking out some stops, and going up. That's a good action. It's a good reaction market. Market goes up. The volume is not increasing. So we're lacking really demand as the market's going up, decreasing volume. Then we have another secondary test or third-dairy test, whatever you want to call it. When we go into the logical thinking of the market, we take this bar here. Individual bars make up collective bars. Individual bars make up collective story, just like a play. Individual acts make up the whole play. Not you put together 13 acts, you get the final say-so to the market. Same thing with markets. In this case here, we have increasing volume, increasing range, a little selling, a little long liquidation from all of this. Next part is the critical one. The volume is about 90% of this one, but the range is only about 20% of that range. This is bag holding, effort versus result. Good efforts, bad results. Okay? Good efforts, good result. I mean, there's no buyers here. Let the market fall down. We then want to extend our line, obviously, from here, like the goal line in football. We extend our line there. This happens near what should happen. But we have to see the reaction to it. This is stopping line. And then all of a sudden, so the poor close indicates that the market needs some buying. Not a great demand move up, obviously, but it's like the Titanic. It has to stop the down move. It does. Increasing volume, it does. Okay? Market goes up. The poor quality rally here needs another retest. No supply. So the market's getting, the green bars are getting, their up bars are getting more length and more volume than the down bars, indicating some type of change of character of the market. So the market then comes back down here. You wouldn't buy this market, but now all of a sudden the market's in a position that's somewhat friendly, but needs the demand to really to pick up, a sign of strength or some type of good volume. Yesterday came and they had a negative report, or report was inflationary, but the market shook that off because the market probably felt that the market at this point left to the point to where the market now is at a point to where it's short covering versus demand. Because here you have volume that was small. I mean, this volume was larger with smaller range. Here the volume was this way in the aspect of it. So after results, we take the collective individual bars and collect that into a wave structure story bars. So you see by effort versus results, the low, the retest, the good reaction, and all those various different aspects of the markets, we can now tell why the market has shown some positive news. But the key is the lack of supply on the breaks and the buying the upside. We want to look where our target could be. Simply we take this here and allow it to come across the recent highs very simply. The recent highs here. If we now take this line across here, the reactionary high with high volume, remember we always mark these bars. We take that across. That's where the target comes in. 4175 to 4200. Reverse trend line, horizontal resistance, access point right here. So that's the structure of the E-mini S&P. And as long as the demand or the buying outpaces the selling, or not just one bar, but a period of time, then the market will continue to go higher. With the bonds rallying yesterday, low interest rates helps the stocks as well too. But nevertheless, spring retest and good volume, short covering, protecting the downside by the bag holding to go higher. That concludes this little section of today's market movement. Look for these videos every day, or at least 3 to 4 times a week. Thank you very much.